Hey, my name is Frank, and this is what we did last night. I'm actually in my sanctuary right now, so don't think I have a dope youth room, but I'm in my sanctuary because all my camera gear is in here that's already set up, so I figured I'll just shoot in here real quick to shoot what we did last night. We started last night with the Narrowed playlist, which is now called the Youth Meme playlist, which you guys can go find on Spotify and use or take some songs out for your youth group. And so it's on Spotify. The playlist is below. I showed 3 videos. The first video was this video by Rhett and Link. I think it's called Honesty or something like that. It's basically a sponsored video for Wendy's, but they did a little rap song about the importance of being honest and telling the truth. And so I could have used this actually in a message or as a bumper video for a message talking about honesty or lying or telling the truth, but I decided to use it as a countdown video because I don't foresee me doing a series or a lesson specifically on honesty for a while. And so this video is out now, and instead of risking the kids to sing it some other way, I decided to show it as my countdown video. Then I showed 2 funny videos after that. The first one was this video of this little cute little like kid who's going around and asking really pretty girls for their phone numbers and just being adorable, and that was a huge hit. Our kids loved that. The second video, on the other hand, wasn't as funny. It was a video called 24 Ways Guardians of the Galaxy and Star Wars Episode 4 are the same. And so the video, like if you're a nerd like me and like enjoy quirky videos like that, then you'll find it great. And if you have kids in your youth group who've both seen Star Wars Episode 4 and Guardians of the Galaxy, they'll probably find this video pretty amusing. But a lot of our kids haven't seen either Star Wars or Guardians of the Galaxy, and so it just kind of flopped. It wasn't that funny, and so I kind of failed on that one. But maybe it will work in your youth group. All the videos will be videos for student ministry, and the link is below. Okay, so for the games, we're a huge hit this week. So if you guys remember, if you're in the Youth Men group, I asked you guys, I said, what are some games we can play with pool noodles? So I go to the dollar store probably right in the beginning of the spring season, right when they start selling them, the actual dollar store, not the Dollar General, but the dollar store where like everything's $1. They have a bunch of pool noodles for $1. And so I try to stock up on that every single spring. I get as many as I can because sometimes I cut them in half, we use them as swords, or sometimes we play games with them as long. And so I have a couple pool noodle games I already play consistently, and I don't want to play those games, and so I asked you guys, what are games we can play that are different and unique? And so someone said in the group just the words like Marco Polo or something like that, and so I ran with that without even kind of investigating how you guys play it. And man, you guys said on Instagram, and you guys, this other Instagram account like stole the video, not stole it, they reposted the video. Basically you blindfold a kid, everyone surround them, and they get one pool noodle, and the kid that's blindfolded yells Marco, and everyone yells Polo, and they have to try to whack the other kids by hearing the words Polo. And so it was just a fun game. We played that for about 10 minutes, 12 minutes, and yeah, once you hit the kid, then you take off the blindfold, you give it to the other kid, and they play Marco Polo. And then we played at one point where we had 2 Marcos, and it was really funny because it was just 2 blind guys hitting each other. And so it was a pretty fun game. That is a winner. If you have pool noodles and something like a t-shirt or a blindfold to cover their eyes, it's a fun game. The other game I took was from an old friend named Christy. She's in the Youth Men group. She played this game called Noodle Thief, where they put a noodle, you stand in the middle, and there's a noodle between your legs on the floor, and then you have a pool noodle in your hand, and then everyone else is in the circle, and you're not blindfolded for this. And then when the game starts, everybody in the circle started to come in and steal the noodle on the floor while you are throwing them, hitting the people. I call them demons. I made a joke that like this is like the Christian life, and the demons are trying to mess up your life, and so you have to whack them off with the sword of the spirit or something. And so all these demons are trying to come in and get this pool noodle, and you're whacking them off with the pool noodle. And if they get hit by the pool noodle, they have to go all the way back in the wall. If they manage to get the pool noodle and run to the corner and get it away from you, then they are now the pool noodle protector or whatever. And so there's actually a video that I think Christy posted that I'm going to try to find and put it in the link below. So anyways, those were just winning games. Like if we played that all night, the kids would have been completely content. So those are great games. Buy some pool noodles because they're definitely worth it. Today's set list, last night's set list was Always by Kristen Stanfill, Here's My Heart by Crowder, which is just a song that we love in our youth group, and More Than Conquerors by Ren Collective. And so we ended a series last night called 3 Things You Won't Hear at Your Graduation, and it ended well. We talked about suffering. We talked about how the reality of suffering is real, and we kind of did 2 things. We kind of dismissed the notion, the idea of the prosperity gospel, and that God is not necessarily interested in you being healthy, wealthy, and rich and all that stuff, but God's interested in your holiness and His glory. And so we kind of talked about the stupidness of the prosperity gospel and the reality that suffering is not always evil and bad, that sometimes suffering exists for your benefit, to mold you and get you a greater dependency of Christ. And so we talked about suffering, the reality of suffering when you go off to college. We just kind of ended the night in a way showing that college is going to be exciting, college is going to be fun, it's going to be a time to meet new people, it's going to have some great experiences, but it's going to be difficult. It's not going to be easy. And one thing every person, every Christian going off to college to do is put their hope and their faith in Jesus, that He's going to be able to bring them through all these different changes and newness, that God's there with them. And so it was kind of, I got to share the gospel again, end it with a note that our hope is in Jesus Christ, not in our circumstances. And it was a great night. It was a good night. I hope to have this series in the youth men's store. It's probably going to be $9 because there's 3 actual sermons, and then I have a background slide and a title slide. So it's a good series. If you're looking for a series for graduation season, it's been beneficial for us, and I think it'll be beneficial for your youth group too. So if you have any questions, let me know. Make sure you check out the review videos. If you go to my channel, you see that there are, I talked about the DYM membership, I talked about this Goose Chase game, I talked about a couple other things where I review different apps and different things for ministry, and there's more coming along the way. And so make sure you check that out. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video, to this channel, and comment if you can, if you want. And just let me know what you think. If you have any questions, let me know. Hit me up. My name is Frank. Find me on Twitter, on the Instagrams. See you later.